Mr. Randall, Mr. Randall here again, and today we are talking about. First, we're going to be reviewing the distributive property from yesterday. So, not it's pretty straightforward, and then we're going to continue talking about the distributive property, a new kind of aspect of it we can do, and then as always, you'll have a quizzes at the end. But today should be pretty straightforward. So, when we talked about the distributive property, what we're talking about is we can have, for example, this 8, multiply the 9 and the 10, and then we can add those products together. So you'd have 8 times 9 plus 8 times 10. And that's exactly what we do right here. I encourage you guys to use arrows like this to show what's going on so you know. You can kind of keep track by yourself. But if we multiplied those, we would get 72 for 8 times 9, and then 80 for 8 times 10. So you'd have 72 plus 80. Well, now, 72 plus 80, we would get 152. And that really, guys, is just the distributive property. It's exactly that. There's some smaller things we'll be working on, but for the next 2-3 days, it's exactly the steps we're going to be taking. Okay? So, like I said from yesterday, think about the distributive property as how kind of UPS would send packages to multiple houses. It's going from the UPS store to the houses. They're distributing packages out, like the way we distributed 8 to the 9 and 8 to the 10. Okay. The distributive property also works, though, for the difference or subtraction between two numbers. So, right here we had 9 plus 10. Well, right here we have 10 minus 5. So, we can still use the distributive property for that, as long as we remember to subtract the two products. Okay, so right here we could distribute this as long as we had what would be 20 minus 10. Okay, so, and we're just going to look at another example like that. So, if we had 5 times the quantity, 14 minus 8. Well, if we did PEMDAS, we would do 14 minus 8, we would get 6. And then 5 times 6, we would get 30. Pretty straightforward. Well, the distributive property, we would do 5 times 14 minus 5 times 8. And then we would get 70 minus 40, which is also 30. Okay, so just remember, if there is a subtraction sign right here, or right here, you need to subtract the products like I did right here. Okay. So, now, what I want you guys to do is solve 8 times the quantity 20 minus 4 using the distributive property. Okay, pause the video, please work on it, and then we will check your answer. Okay, so following pretty much the same exact steps, but the only thing we're doing is we would subtract these products. Okay, so we would distribute the 8 to the 20 and the 4. Well, 8 times 20, we're going to get 180. 8 times 4, we're going to get 32. So now the problem just becomes 180 minus 32. So 180 minus 32, we would get 148. And 148 is your answer. Okay? So remember the exact steps. We just need to use this sign. If it's addition, we add them. If it's subtraction, we subtract the products. Okay? Well, for your quizzes code, I'm just going to move this cute pupper here, and there's your quizzes code. 133457. Okay. As always, make sure we go to this link if we need more help. And we are going to be using these skills next week when we talk about algebra. Okay? Have a good day, guys.